Transport Minister Barbara Creecy has taken a hard line after a 62-seater bus operated by DNC coaches crashed. The bus, carrying 91 passengers, veered off the road near Makhado, Limpopo on 12 October. The crash, described as horrific by survivors and witnesses, killed 43 people and left 40 passengers injured. On Friday, Minister Creecy released a preliminary report from the Road Traffic Management Corporation, which revealed that the bus driver involved in the accident not only drove at excessive speeds, but that only 5 of the bus and trailer's 10 brakes were operational at the time of the crash. The mechanical investigation also revealed that the trailer's 4 brakes were non-operational and that its suspension was poorly repaired. Despite the fact that the bus was evidently not in good condition, the vehicle was issued with the roadworthy certificate, allowing it to operate freely on South African roads. For this, Minister Creecy wants those responsible to be investigated. As of 17 October, the Zimbabwean consulate reported that 33 bodies of Zimbabwean nationals had been identified. This includes 12 males, 16 females, and 5 minors. 14 Zimbabwean survivors are still in hospital. The Zimbabwean government has said it is helping victims with medical bills, repatriation costs, accommodation for visiting relatives, and counseling. Cynthia Razau, a relative of one of the deceased, said she spent 3 days trekking from Silom, Luitrichat Memorial, and Elam hospitals in search of her loved ones. She was finally able to identify her relative's body from photos at Silom. Razau was traumatized by the days-long process involved in identifying her relative. The Makhado crash is not the first time a bus accident of this severity has happened in South Africa. Many of us may remember the deadly crash that took place on 28 March 2024, when 45 people tragically died after the bus they were traveling in careened off the Makhado Bridge in Limpopo. The bus plummeted nearly 100 meters into a ravine and burst into flames upon impact. The sole survivor of this horrific crash was an 8-year-old who was thrown from the vehicle before it veered off the bridge. Our team previously reported that the South African Police Service was working with Interpol's National Central Bureau on the crash investigation, and a case of culpable homicide had been registered, but there have been no further reports on the progress of the investigation. The Makhado crash and the Makhado Bridge tragedy are only the latest mass casualty bus accidents in a worrying trend that is emerging on our nation's roads. The road safety partnerships like Mulawudzi told us that investigations into bus crashes almost doubled between 2023 and 2024. He said many of these tragedies come down to the same issues: tired or distracted drivers, speeding, vehicles that should not be on the road, poor driver training, bad weather, and too little attention to passenger safety. And on top of all of that, crumbling rural roads make a dangerous situation even worse. The investigation is still in its early stages, with the full technical report on the Makhado crash expected in 21 weeks, but the Transport Department has already made some key recommendations. First, they're calling for stronger law enforcement checks on the roadworthiness of all foreign registered vehicles entering into South Africa. Second, they want the National Traffic Police to focus on heavy vehicles that ignore warning signs and don't reduce speed on downhill stretches. And third, they are pushing for stricter checks on vehicle loads after investigators found serious overloading in this crash. The department says that if these measures had been properly enforced, this deadly accident might have been prevented. If you'd like to support our journalism, please subscribe to our channel. Better yet, become a Maverick Insider. Details are in the link below.